Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. This is day 13 of our 30-day flexible body, flexible mind yoga challenge. So this first part, I'll take you through this 10-minute morning yoga flow, and hopefully you'll also join me for part 2, where I give you a daily yoga challenge. The theme we're working with today in both videos, in both parts, is give. So as you practice, you want to ask yourself, what does this one word intention mean to you? What are you looking to give more? How can you connect a little more to giving? And of course, the daily challenge will help you with that. So we're going to begin sitting exactly as I am right now. I have my right shin staggered slightly in front of my left one, and I'm going to fold directly forward. So you can start to walk your hands out in front of you, and you might just be up on your palms, you might be coming down onto your forearms, or you might be lowering all the way. You can prop yourself up in any way that is comfortable here. We're just starting to wake up that right hip. We really don't want to be pushing ourselves in these morning classes. Less is always more. This is meant to be a gentle way for you to begin your day. First, working on cultivating a flexible body before we try to develop a flexible mind. Oh, this is Kit Kat. And you can start to push your hands into the floor. We're going to lift up, walk your hands in. And before we go and do this over on the other side, you're going to bring your left hand to your right knee. Right arm reaches all the way up and over. So nice big side body stretch here. Try to relax your head, relax your neck. Rolling that right shoulder back. And come all the way back up to center, and right away go into a twist. So right fingertips go behind you, open up through your chest. Release the face forward. Let's do that on the other side. So you're going to switch the cross of your legs. So you have your left leg slightly staggered in front of your right one. And we're going to initiate that forward fold. So start to walk your hands out. Choose how far you'd like to go into this pose. Just getting a little bit of sensation into our left hip and that left glute. Not so much that it feels like you have to tense up or push yourself away from the floor. Try to find some ease in the pose. 3 more breaths here. And let's push into the floor, start to lift yourself back up, and we'll find our side bend. This time bringing the right hand to your left knee, left arm stretches up tall, and then lean on over. Roll your left shoulder down and away from your ear. Make sure you're not rounding and facing down towards the mat. Big breath in here. And lift on up into your twist. Left hand goes behind you for support. Draw your lower belly in. Create even more space from the crown of your head all the way down to your tailbone. And let's release. Let's transition. We're going to find tabletop pose on hands and knees. Just a few rounds of cat and cow before we make our way to our downward facing dog. Spread the fingertips wide. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, curl tailbone up. And then exhale, reverse this motion, round and contract. Just a few more here. Try to get this motion articulated through your neck, your upper back, your mid back, and your lower back. One more cycle. And let's come back, neutral tabletop pose, walk your palms forward, downward facing dog. We're not going to be here very long. We're mainly just using this as a transition. So create some space as much as possible through your arms, through your spine, bend your knees. They really don't need to be perfectly straight. Don't worry about where your heels are. And start to walk your feet forward at the top of the mat. And once you're there, you can bend your knees, push into your heels, and roll all the way up to stand, inch by inch. Rolling your shoulders back, standing tall. We'll be making our way to Vrikshasana, your tree pose. So we're gonna lean on our right leg and you're gonna bring your left foot somewhere along the inside of that leg. You can always keep your toes down for extra support. If you need more support and stability this morning, it can go towards your calf or all the way up if you'd like towards that inner thigh. I want you to feel your right thigh push against your foot as you externally rotate that left hip, pressing the knee open. And I'm just going to keep my hands at my heart here. Pull the lower belly in. Keep your gaze steady. Try not to dig your toes in the floor. Wobbling is normal and it is not a problem. Take one more big breath here. And we're going to step back into a pyramid pose. So your left foot will step back about 3 feet or so, not quite as wide as if you were doing a warrior one or a high lunge. I have my feet on 2 train tracks, so hip width distance apart. I'm going to bring my hands to my hips, pull that left hip back, pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and then exhale, hinge forward at your hips, maybe just parallel to the ground. You can absolutely keep a bend in your right knee if this feels like it's too much into your hamstrings. And then maybe fold all the way down, bringing your fingertips to frame that front foot. Again, bending into your knee is totally fine, especially right in the morning. You might be a little stiffer than normal. So make adjustments as they are needed. Try not to judge this. And we'll come from here into an easy twist. So you can bend into that front knee and kind of wiggle or step that left foot further back. I'm going to plant my left hand to the mat and reach my right arm up to the sky. So big open twist here as I stack my right shoulder over my left. Breathing in deep. Bring that right hand back down to the mat and we're going to step into a little standing splits. Again, it's just a transition. Walk your hands forward. See if you can lift that left leg up as high as it'll go and find your ragdoll fold. Bend into both knees generously. Let your belly rest over your thighs. Grab a hold of your elbows. Maybe sway a little side to side. And let's release, roll all the way up to stand, push into your heels. Head and shoulders are the last to make their way up. Vrikshasana tree pose on the second side. Bring your right foot somewhere alongside the inside of that left leg, wherever is appropriate to you. Think of really pushing that thigh into the foot, squeezing and opening your right knee. Join your palms together at the heart. If you fall out of the pose, it's no big deal. You can just get back into it. It helps to look at something far out in front of you that is not moving. Let's find pyramid pose. You're going to step that right foot back about 3 foot or so. My back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Hands on your hips, square both hips facing towards the top of the mat, lengthen, and then start to tilt, hinge forward, maybe just holding parallel to the ground. Pushing into both feet evenly, you might fold all the way down, fingertips to the mat. Relaxing your neck and your head. And start to bend into your left knee, finding our easy twist. You can step that right foot further back, plant the right hand down, reach your left arm up. Stretch the arms further away from one another. And let's release left hand down. We're going to step up, little standing splits transition. You're going to kick that right leg all the way up. And find your ragdoll fold. Bend into your knees. Let yourself sway and be heavy. Just dangling here. And you can bend your knees to come down and have a seat in any way that works for you. Close your eyes once you're there and once you're comfortable. Hands together, Anjali Mudra. Prayer at the heart. Let's chant Om together one time. Inhale to chant, breathe in. Om. Thank you so very much for doing this 10-minute morning yoga flow with me. I hope you feel energized, comfortable, and ready for your day. Before you head out, remember to watch part 2 so you can find out what your daily flexible mind challenge is, themed around the word give. Leave me a comment before you go. Please subscribe, and I'll practice again with you tomorrow morning.